Hello,
Melinda. Welcome to the Quarantine Classics, our Saturday night show where we are in quarantine, all of us in our individual bunkers, and we are going to show you videos. But today's a little bit different. Today's a very special edition of Quarantine Classics. Take it away.
What I like about these, sure, I'll do the heavy lifting. What I like about these Quarantine Classics is it's pretty loose, and we can just try out a new format every week and see what works. And so I don't know if anybody requested this or not, but we just decided to give tours of our homes because we're holed up here. We might as well explore every nook and cranny.
Well, and the other thing is our homes are full of nice things. And
yes,
I came up with this idea, and the main reason I wanted to do it is because I wanted to see George's home. I mean, let's be honest. We all want to see inside George's house. Let's save George's for last. Yes, exactly. But that's the real reason.
And it's kind of spun off from a clip that we have played a couple of times on the show. I'll just play a little bit of it to refresh everybody's memory. It's the
so can I have some news updates first.
Sure.
Want to do that before we jump into this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's do that first. Okay, so I don't know if people follow Ben Hollis, who is Rent-A-Friend. He played Sam in Rent-A-Friend. He's been very active on Facebook lately. And I started emailing him. Well, let me just show you. Let me just do a quick clip of Rent-A-Friend to refresh your memory. So,
if anybody's holed up at home alone, this might be a good thing to keep you company.
Yes, exactly. So this guy, he recorded 45 minutes of himself talking to the viewer, and like, yeah, this is the perfect time for this video. So, okay, here's Rent-A-Friend.
Hi, I'm Sam, and basically I'm here because I want to be your friend. What's your name?
Percy Danforth.
Yeah. Say hi to my new friend. Tell me about your parents. I bet they're really neat. You know, was your mother overprotective by any chance? Watch this. Oh, whoa.
Is that impressive?
It's like I have a rubber nose.
Yeah,
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
So that's Rent-A-Friend. It's 45 minutes of that. That's obviously edited. The whole thing is unedited. There's not a single edit in the entire thing. And so now we're friends with him, and we're friends on Facebook. And did you guys see this, what he put up the other day?
No.
Lateral movements.
I
think he's losing his mind, or he has a new project or something. I think he's losing it. But
now he's losing his mind.
Finally, he's losing his mind.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Rent-A-Friend's new venture. I have no idea what it is. I don't know if it's just nonsense or if it's a new program he has coming out. But
okay,
here's lateral movements.
Lateral movement. 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 Lateral movement.
Yeah, so that's his
new program.
Yeah,
do
you want to watch it again? Did you get a feel for it?
I think I got a pretty good idea. I mean,
guys, did you guys get a good feel for it? Okay,
great feel for it.
He said he did another new one, so I emailed him and I was like, "Hey, first of all, can we show lateral movement?" He's like, "Absolutely." He's like, "I have a new one coming out pretty soon." I don't know.
Is it forward, backward?
Explain what it is.
Or do you think he's going to go diagonal?
I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Vertical movement. So I emailed him and I said, "You know what would be fun is if we could watch Rent-A-Friend with Rent-A-Friend. Wouldn't that be awesome?" And he said, "Yes, he'd like to do it." Yeah, director's commentary. But then I was like, maybe you could just talk with Rent-A-Friend. You could respond. Right. And he goes, I don't know if I would do that. He goes, "I'd be happy to go on there with you and Nick and talk about it." But he's like, "I've watched Rent-A-Friend since then." He said, "It's cringeworthy for me. It's really hard for me to watch."
It's the nose thing.
Huh?
It's just the nose thing.
No, yeah.
Because that's not something you do in a first hangout with somebody.
No, that really isn't. I mean,
none of that stuff is.
I feel like that's like 25 minutes into the conversation too, that he's already doing that. So,
yeah.
That would be a good EP mode episode to have Ben on watch the whole video with him.
Yeah, I was thinking we could do a quarantine classic with him, but he's agreed to do it next week. So
great.
Yeah, I think.
Well, I say we put it behind the paywall.
Yeah, let's cash in on this. Let's make a little lateral movement of our own.
Yeah, if you know what I mean. I have a similar update. So I talked to One Kid's Opinion is a public access show we've played many times on the show. We played it on Chris Gethard's public access show. And the clip is a public access show that we taped off of TV in high school of a kid who was about our age at the time reviewing his trip to Disney World. And I'm just going to play a little refresher of what that is so you can remember One Kid's opinion and what his opinion was about Disney World. Can you see it?
Yep.
Hi, my name's Mark. Here I am with Disney World, One Kid's Opinion, the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. I give this old Western thriller 5 Mickeys. Another ride in Adventureland, I give 4 Mickeys. Pirates of the Caribbean. Although the lines are long, it's worth it. Ahoy, mateys. Star Tours. 5 Mickeys definitely, because that's all I'm allowed to give. If I could give any higher, I definitely would. Spaceship Earth. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Oh yes. I love it.
Classic.
Which is located right outside the Jumping Waters. Yeah, okay.
You know
That's
what?
One Kid's Opinion.
So good.
He could be, like, in the movie version of Rent-A-Friend, he could be young Rent-A-Friend. Like, they're both sitting there on the camera by themselves.
I see a little bit.
They both, like, have the same hairstyles.
Yeah. Well, we found out, we got in touch with the kid from One Kid's Opinion. He's all grown up. His name's Mark. And he lives in Madison, Wisconsin. And so here's young Mark. And then take a look. And you get to see, this is Mark, what he looks like today.
5
Mark
Mickeys.
Yeah, George gives him 5 Mickeys.
Yeah.
And he has, I emailed him yesterday, and he said he would love to watch the entirety, all half hour of One Kid's Opinion with us on Zoom. And so next Wednesday, we're going to tape that and then put it on our EP mode episode on Thursday. So
it feels like he's embraced that. It feels like he's embraced it more than maybe Rent-A-Friend. I don't know. Rent-A-Friend said it's cringeworthy to watch it. So Huntsman seemed like, yeah, sure, it sounds great.
Yeah, and we've talked to him a little bit, and like we've memorized that video so many times, so he's had a lot of good insights for us. And so we're going to dive deep with Mark on One Kid's Opinion next week.
I feel
That's
like
for $10 patrons on Patreon.
Yeah, I feel like with Mark, it's like, oh, I was a kid when I did that. You know, I have an excuse. Rent-A-Friend, he was like, oh, I was older and I knew better. But I think he should be proud of it. Rent-A-Friend's impressive.
Yeah, I agree. And he's moved on to it. He's moved on to
laterally.
So
yeah.
He's made a lateral move.
One more thing. Yeah. Somebody in Canada was watching Quarantine Classics last week and sent this of them enjoying Quarantine Classics. Can you see that?
Oh, look at that pie!
Ooh. Yeah, pie and some wine and us opening up boxes. So that was
they're living.
Wow,
yeah, that's a little slice of heaven right there, isn't it?
It just goes to show our motto about this show, which is that, you know, almost anything can entertain people. So I mean,
in a global
we aspire
pandemic.
to nothing. Yes.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
We thrive in a global pandemic world.
Well, I'm excited to see what Steve's. Steve is not. You're not at home, right?
I'm not. I'm staying in my brother-in-law's. Above his garage, he has an apartment. So I guess his guest apartment.
You're kind of like Mike Seaver from Growing Pains.
Yes.
Or
yes,
Fonzie.
Exactly.
I
like Fonzie better. I'm gonna go with
like
Fonzie.
a loser who like lives above his brother-in-law's garage. That's what I would say. It's like more of a loser.
I don't enjoy that as much. Once again, I do have an apartment.
And why are you there, Steve?
My wife wanted to get out of New York City. She was ready. Actually, it was my wife and all of my in-laws wanted us out.
Yeah. So can we all come to your place then, or to your brother-in-law's place?
No, because I have to start my quarantine all over. I'm almost ready. I got to get to my 14 days, maybe 21. Who even knows nowadays? Changes every day.
So cool. So you don't even know this place, really. You're doing a welcome to my home. You don't even know this place.
You'll see. It's not that big. You can get to know it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Well,
Nick,
before we get into our tours of our home, let's just play a little bit of Brenda Dixon's Welcome to My Home. That's the soap opera actress who just decided as a vanity project to release a VHS tape of her home.
Well, hello, and welcome to my home. For those of you who have watched me for 11 and a half years on daytime television and written to me and asked, how do you look better today than you did 11 and a half years ago? This video is for you. I invite you into my home, where you'll meet my cat, my dog, come into my kitchen, my living room, even my closets. So let's take a look at the finished product.
She really loves herself.
Well, hello. Welcome to my living room.
Painting of herself.
Only through the magic of Hollywood.
Okay, I think we'll leave it at that.
What?
But
only through the magic of Hollywood. That's the sentence.
You can somehow, there's no, it's a dangling participle. Is that the right word? It's just,
sounds right.
It's just only through the magic of Hollywood.
Yeah.
I guess what she meant to say is how I can transform into a gown into a living room now. I don't know how she did it. So let's see Steve. I think we want to see Steve's attic first.
All right, we'll take you into the attic. So here we go.
Is there like a Frenching room that you have or something? Or is there like a...
Every room is a Frenching room, wherever I fall. Let me turn this down a little bit, and then we'll be good to go.
Well, hello, Melindas, and welcome to my home, quarantine edition. My brother-in-law was nice enough to take us in, get us out of the city, and bring us out to the country. Let me show you where we've been staying. So it's a 2-bedroom apartment above his garage. You can see right here is where I keep all my essentials. Joe, you'll be very jealous. Doing pretty well there. I got my video games over there. My PS4, and I've got a Switch to keep going while we're here. Right here is where I'm doing all the work. We're still pretty stocked as far as food goes. Oh, you see we got a little bit of that up there. A lot of beans, a lot of soup.
You can see how much I cooked by not knowing where the food was.
The bathroom, unfortunately not much in here. So Joe, if you look at our medicine cabinet, you're not gonna see anything crazy. Because, once again,
wasn't open long enough.
All of our stuff. If you look in most of the closets, going to be, a lot of it's baby-proofed. We do have some toilet paper, luckily.
Wow.
That was one of the things. I brought all the booze. She brought all the toilet paper.
Don't like to
brag, here's the room where we're staying.
Going pretty well over here.
Got my New York City hat, some books to read. And then this is the office where my wife mainly works. And then we have a bunch of our stuff. We brought up some puzzles and things like that. This is where I go when I want to contemplate life. Fun fact, there is a donkey named Bart who has to wear a muzzle at the neighborhood farm, at the nearby farm, because he eats everybody else's food. I feel like he might be my spirit animal. Thank you for the tour, Melindas. You guys are amazing. I think I still owe a thank you to Kelly, I believe, for a Christmas gift that she and her husband gave me. It was very much appreciated. Because this was so boring, I'm going to include 2 clips. One is me trying to take a dance class to get some exercise during this quarantine. And the other is of a video my brother-in-law sent me of their new dog and his favorite toy, a Chewbacca.
Now we get to learn in just about 15 seconds our second move. This one's called the snake. We'll learn it slow, and then we'll pick it up.
There, solid ending.
Wow.
I felt bad. I didn't know the place. I didn't have a lot of time to do this. So, but that's, by the way, I was not taping that for this. I figured I'd start taping myself through the dance class, and I'm gonna try to do it every day and see if I get better. But I figured once I saw how this came out, I was like, I might as well throw a little bit. So that's me earnestly doing it.
So that was you doing it in an earnest, sincere way. You weren't trying to be funny.
100%. Yep.
What's the end game here? You want to just be a better dancer? You want to come out of here better?
So I'm gonna do the same class every day. I'm gonna actually now that hopefully today is supposed to be my last day of my job. So starting next week, I'm gonna do it twice a day. See where I get to. See if I can actually do it. I'm terrible now.
For so that you can go out to the dance clubs and look cool.
I think more for exercise. I don't know how much I'm going to go to dance clubs, but who knows? I mean, if this goes well, this could be a new career.
Wow. Okay. I want to know more about that donkey.
I'm glad you asked. There's actually, I can send you some photos. He's got a couple friends that are horses. But my sister-in-law told my wife that, the reason why he's wearing the muzzle is he eats everybody else's food. So he's just out there. I went there.
He eats everybody else's food, like humans? Like he comes in and eats some of your Amy's soups?
Nope. Just his horse friends. I think
his
horse
friends. Okay. You said everyone else's. It sounded human.
Well, I don't know. It's the way it was described to me.
I haven't seen everybody else's places, but I'm just going to say you probably have the best quarantine situation of anybody right now.
Yeah,
I mean, it is really nice to be able to get out and walk.
I think that's exactly what the Fonz's room looked like in Happy Days.
Yeah.
Lots of toilet paper, lots of vegetarian soups.
Yeah.
Steve, can I ask you a toilet paper question? And then we can move on to the next one. So now that you have to ration toilet paper a little bit, do you use less than you normally do or do you just like, this is going to be it? This is all I can use for this? Or do you?
Yeah, no, I'm going down swinging.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going down swinging.
Going down wiping.
So, yeah. As much as, whatever. If it runs out, it runs out.
So you're not saying like,
I'm not changing my game.
We get 3 squares each. That's it, Liz. And that's all you
I
get.
am trying to ration her. I'm just not rationing myself.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, who's next? You want me to go next?
Sure.
Okay. Well, speaking of the toilet, I spent, I would say most of the time in my bathroom. There's a lot of interesting things that have happened there. A lot of history has been made there.
A lot of ghosts.
A lot of ghosts.
Yeah.
All right, so here's my welcome to my home. Do I have to preface it? I don't think so. All right, here we go. No donkeys in it.
Can't have everything.
No. All right, here we go. Here's welcome to Joe's home. Hello, and welcome to my home. This is my cat. This is Twinkie, is her birth name, and her look at those paws. Look at those beautiful paws. Nice paws. This one here is Munchie. Munchie is his birth name. I call him Mookie though most of the time. Look at these paws. Check out this bouquet of paws here. Look at them. I'm going to touch one. So this is what I've been working on this week is our DVD box. There's the DVD box.
I saw a donkey.
It all out, and I'm trying to organize it. Yes.
Wow.
And then this is the stack of good stuff that I'm excited about. Like this hair braiding video, local Lotto commercial auditions in Spanish. Could be good. Guitar Center training video. You kidding me? Oh, this one called Bondage Doll 1. God, I should pop that in right now. Oh, look at this. Safety and Training Films, Volume 3. This guy is an artist named Earl. This is a nice thing here. He's from upstate New York. Here's another Earl. Here's another Earl. Here's another Earl. I've had this forever in so many houses that I've lived in. And it's just, I love his lips. Just look at his lips. Nice lips. Okay, this is the cat's room. We put all of our cat paintings up here. Here, there's this doggy painting, there's a cat painting. No, but then this is where the cats go to the bathroom. I wanted to show you a game that I've been playing with my niece and nephew, where I empty out the cat turds into the toilet and we see if there's a lone, if it flushes everything or if there'll be one turd left. So let's play. I have the cat turds here. There's not that many. I cleaned it out yesterday, so we're doing all right. But the way the game is played is I take the pee and the turds and
There's
everything,
the bidet.
and I put them in the toilet. I get to that. And then we flush it, and then I have my niece and nephew make wagers as to whether a turd will rise to the top or not. See, there's already one turd that floated to the top. So what do you guys think? Here we go. Let's see. Place your wagers now.
I'll say
turd or no turd. I'm going to say
there
no
will
turd.
be.
They're all going down.
All right.
They're all
There
going
will
down.
be.
2, 1. And no turd. All right, this is the bedroom here.
Damn it.
You can see there's the bed. There's all the things. And there's just everything you can just kind of see. I'll just do a little spin. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite sweatshirts and other nice things in here. And if there's something that you absolutely want, ask me for it, and I'll probably send it to you because it's just I want it to get used. It's just sitting in a box right now. Here's a nice Wisconsin sweatshirt. Here's a really cool wolf sweatshirt. Like, look at that. It means business. Here's Trim Patrol official member. Surprisingly, I don't wear this sweatshirt that often.
Oh,
this is
wow.
a sweatshirt I should actually wear more often.
George is going to call that one.
It was given to me by Bob Klein, the guy who makes those martial art videos. And I don't wear it. It's still brand new, and I really shouldn't. It's cool, and it has a monkey and a yin-yang thing and a guy doing karate, I think. What's that guy doing? What the hell's that guy doing? Here's just a generic shirt about baseball. It just has a bunch of baseball words on it. RBI Club, All-Star, Rookie of the Year, Grand Slam, Baseball MVP. Oh, this is a cool sweatshirt. Green Bay Packers, Grandma's Team, Jason, Zachary, Andy, Brian, Stacy, Christopher, Kevin, Paul, Tara, and Danielle. It has a stain on it, but if anybody has one of those names, I'll give you this sweatshirt. It's all yours. Here's a homemade t-shirt that my brother got me right after Michael Jackson died, in memory of the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, #1 album, and Michael Jackson there is saying, "Beat it." And yeah, I don't
He's
wear
not
this
saying
one
it.
that often.
His hair is.
And Michael Jackson doesn't have any arms. All right, it's bathroom time. So I wanted to show you the bathroom here because this is where I do, I go pee, I go #2, I take my showers, I brush my teeth in here, but the real star of the show here is my bidet, and I just want to show it off. There's all the buttons. The way that I do it is I push this button, cleansing, has a little butt symbol there, and then I hit auto. I'll give you a little, I'll sit down. I'm not going to show it like spraying me, but, well, I'll just give you the play-by-play. What it's doing now, it's shooting warm water, a direct hit, like right on the spot, right on the anus. Now it starts doing the back and forth, and then it goes up and down, back and forth, up and down, back and forth. Still going. There we go. Now it retracts, and now the fan starts up. And the fan goes on for like 2 minutes. It's a long time to sit here and wait, so there goes the fan. Okay, so this is the backyard here. Nothing too, you know, it's a nice backyard, but I wanted to show you this
I've
nice
never
thing.
seen Nick look so jealous.
Here. This is,
yeah.
At the end, there's this weird cat statue. Look at it. And it's in one arm, and at its foot, it has a horseshoe. So I was like, I'm not going to move
the Terracotta Warriors.
I kept that in the backyard. Well, hello, and welcome to my shower. This is where I squirted out my earwax. This is the very place where I couldn't hear for maybe like a week out of this ear. I put some earwax softener in it, and I used this thing right here, this thing here,
oh, no.
and I blasted it out, and a huge chunk landed on my arm. And I'm going to do it now. I filled this up, and we'll see if we can get any chunks. Here we go. Ready? Ah! No chunks. And that's my home. Thank you for allowing me to welcome you into my home. Thanks. What? And there we go. That's my home.
Wow.
Wow.
Great job, Jeff. Great job.
It was comprehensive. We got you on the toilet. We got you in the shower. We got the earwax.
We got cat turds going in the toilet.
Yep. I had just played that game with them the day before, and I had let the cat turds build up a little bit, so it was like a full toilet. And the game has higher stakes then when you have, way more turds. It was kind of obvious when there's only like 2 turds in there. Like,
well, it wasn't obvious to Nick.
Yeah.
Well,
he's a dog guy.
Don't waste that on your niece and nephew. I think that needs to be a new segment on the show.
There you go.
I will. I'll record the next few.
I noticed there was a time lapse during the actual squirting of water in the bidet. How long does that go? The drying goes for 2 minutes, but how long does
I was just kind of sitting there and giving the play-by-play, but there's only so much you can say about water hitting your anus.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was maybe about a minute, I want to say. It was longer than I thought. That was the thing.
Yeah. Squirts for a minute, dries for 2?
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. Steve, did that make you want to hook yours up when you get home or not?
Without a doubt, I want it. So that even here, there is a, which I was almost showed it in my little tour, but there's a plug for it. They used to have one in there, and it got removed a while ago. But yeah, no, I'd love one.
I'm telling you what, like I've started to use it. I think I mentioned this last week, but I started to use it without the toilet paper. Usually I'd use the toilet paper to dry off at the end. Now I just go with a damp anus. The other thing is your balls will get damp too.
Is there a warning on the tank?
That was gonna be my next question. So.
Okay, yeah. What, George, were you gonna say?
Well, I think the thing was that there used to be bidets all over the place, but during the Gulf War, they called them freedom toilets, and they disconnected them as like a, a
real FU to the French for not joining us.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was serious.
Maybe
he might be.
I want to save George for last, so I'll show mine now. It actually has some surprising similarities to Joe's, which you'll see in a minute. So let me make sure I have.
With which one? With dumps or sweatshirts?
No, but I do spend some time in the bathroom as well.
Oh, just leave the foreshadowing. Yeah, don't spoil it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
I don't want to say.
If anybody was interested in any of those sweatshirts that I showed, drop us a line. I'll send them to you. They're just sitting in a box.
Except for the trim one, George wants that.
George wants the Trim Patrol one. Yeah.
I need a second one, so yeah, save it for me.
Your Trim Patrol shirt right now is just more official, right? It's like collared, and it says just like it's like very respectful.
It's a golf shirt, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I turned it into a half shirt.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Here's my house.
Well, hello, Melinda, and welcome to my home. I have lived in this same apartment for over 20 years, so it's pretty lived in. Marty's gonna go on the tour with us. There's just a lot of crap on the walls. I've accumulated a lot of thrift store items over the years. Well, I have Airbnbers stay here, and one time the fuse went out, and they said, "Where's the fuse box?" And I had to say sheepishly, "It's behind the clown painting." And here's where I keep like my teen girl board games. There's a lot of those up there. Puppets, got Billy Baloney. Somebody sent me this pug stained glass, so I've got that up here. I don't think I've showed this before, but I have a clown pencil sharpener. And this Oscar Mayer phone, which again, I always pictured getting a call about the death in the family on this thing. And the treat cupboard's here. You can see Marty's anxious to get one. Not yet. The fridge, there's a lot of real estate here, so I've covered it with magnets. I'm proud of this one. I met Mark Lynn Baker and had him sign my Laughs trading card. Walking into the living room now. I'm proud of this. This is probably the best thrift store painting I've ever found. Found this one on Long Island. It's Kenny Rogers with a wonky eye. And Joe got me this one. This is the soap opera stars Luke and Laura. This is a thrift store painting that sat on my wall for about 13 years, and then I decided to paint the giant from Time Bandits on it. This is my cherry. This is a recliner that I bought and had a guy help me reupholster it, and then I added the eyes and mouth, and it actually still reclines. A little car full of robots. This is Snake Mountain. We got an Elf phone. She died of what? A boating accident? This is my guest bedroom. This is McGruff's room right now. This is, that came with the frame, but this is a doll that looks like me. And there's a human heart model. I think this comes off, I think, yeah. That's where I put my weed. I have a lot of board games, more than I'll ever play. Here's some of the, there's Lester. It's my childhood Lester doll. And not many of these are worth, this is the one when you have enough board games, you start making ones up. So this I took Crocodile Dentist and made Gary Busey Dentist. Oh, I'll show you that one. Oh, Busey got me again. This is my room, which in the quarantine is serving as an office. You can see I have my ventriloquism how-to video. I'm learning how to do that. This was an award I found at an estate sale for, I guess this must have been a CB dispatcher. Marty's making himself at home. Yeah, I found this elf bedspread at a thrift store in Eau Claire, Wisconsin when I was in college, and I've had it ever since. Some thrift store paintings here. Oh, there's the Mr. T's Be Somebody or Be Somebody's Fool. An animatronic chimp and some Legos. And there's my Alf mask. Here's Salacious Crumb, which he talks. He's a puppet. And this is my Love-O-Meter, which let me get a quarter. I'll see what I'm at today. 81 today. Let's see. That is hot stuff. New York City bathrooms are notoriously small, mine especially, and I've tried to compensate for that by cramming it full of crap. So let's take a look at what's inside. This is sort of the medical themed wall of my bathroom. Here you can see these are like testers. This was at a dentist estate sale, and you can pick which color to match somebody's tooth color. So which one are you? I think I'm a 30, maybe a 32. And this is a tooth that Marty had to have extracted that Chloe's holding. This is a gold record we found at a thrift store, and it's Kenny Applewhite, Do Ya Still Want Me? That was a gold record. I've never met anyone who's heard of it. It's a human skin. This is a frog. What I like about this thrift store painting is that they included a snossage. They actually painted on a snossage. This is the best thing I've ever found, probably. This is the Chicago Meatpackers sign to Jim here. And you can see there's some hunk-worn denim included on that. Above that, I got bored one day and I made a clocky out of paper mache. And there's Alf. Do you remember Alf wearing a blue vest? I don't. Oh, here's my ferret shampoo. You know what? I'm just gonna try that.
Oh, there it
doesn't
is.
smell great, but I think it is covering up my natural musky odor. Buddy, give me your paw. Okay. Down. Roll over. Bang, bang. Good boy. There you go. And that's my home. Thanks for watching. That's all. That's it.
All right, that's my house.
Wow.
Great.
Great place.
Cool house. I had some questions. I think I remember you telling me about that one doll. By the way, first of all, I like that we got to see you shirtless. Finally, we finally got to see you shirtless.
Yeah.
Yep. Can we expect to see more of that going forward?
No.
I see what you meant about your hairy shoulders, though. I did notice that you, especially once it gets wet, it started matting down, and I noticed that you had very hairy shoulders. So that's probably what you're self-conscious about. Is that right?
Well, no, I shaved my shoulders. That's just like I shaved the top part.
You shave your shoulders?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because
it
comes up. Yeah,
How?
So that's actually shaved just with my beard trimmer. You know, just kind of go like that.
Do you have any video of that you can play us right now?
Yep. Let's roll it. Let me see. No, I can't find it.
I remember you telling me a story about an Airbnb who, I think there are two stories. One of an Airbnb who got freaked out at your place and left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, they said their specific review is, we're too scared of all the things, and then that was it. They still paid me for 5 days, but they left after about.
They went to like a shitty Motel 6 or something. And then what was the other? Oh, the doll of you. You know, the doll with that's like naked. Didn't you say that somebody turned it away so that it wouldn't be?
Yep. Somebody, actually the last Airbnbers I had before the virus hit was, they had turned it back so it kind of looked like the Blair Witch Project with like this doll pointed in the corner. People are really scared of puppets and dolls because a lot of times they'll come home after there's been people staying there. And at one point, somebody put a blanket over the animatronic chimp and the and different puppets, or they'll turn them into the corner or put things over them. They get really terrified.
I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, some of those are, I mean, you specifically have scary puppets, and they're not like cute ones.
But I don't hide that. I mean, the photos on Airbnb show everything in my apartment. And I guess I thought it'd be a lot of people who like appreciate that kind of stuff coming, but it's mostly like families from Vietnam, like families of 4, coming over. They don't know who Pee Wee Herman is. They're like, they just want a cheap place to stay while in New York.
Okay, and now my last question is, and I'll let these guys ask some, but how many people have had sex in your bed, the very bed that you sleep in all the time?
Dozens.
Like over under at underneath the elf blanket, how many, over or under 72 people had sex under there?
Under.
But I'm counting 2 each time. You know what I mean? Like if one person's, if they're having sex, then that's 2 people. So that'd be about 36 people, 36 instances of having sex under your elf blankets.
Now, do you count masturbation? Because that
I do count that too.
Up.
I do count.
Are you talking about Airbnbers or or Nick?
Oh yeah,
Airbnbers.
If it's talking my partners, it's way over 72.
Yeah.
But I would say under 36. I would say under 36.
Under 30? Really? Okay.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
How many would you say have had sex in your bed?
Like from my Airbnb guess, how many have?
Yeah.
I'd say maybe 20 couples.
How many people have stayed there over the years?
Probably over 100.
You think they're on vacation?
Yeah, I feel like 60% would have.
I would go over on the 72 on the over/under.
I don't know. They're usually like families of 4.
Tell yourself what you need to tell yourself. But
yeah,
I'm just saying.
I will.
There's a lot of doinking going on in your bed.
I'm fine with it.
You look a little turned on by it. Did you guys have any questions about Nick's apartment?
I was going to ask whether anybody had declined to continue an assignation once they saw the ALF bedspread.
What's assignation?
That's like a fancy way of saying going at it, or yeah.
Well, I do put that out as a deterrent. It's it's certainly a deterrent in my personal life.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's what happens when you live by yourself for 20 years. So yeah.
It is very museum-like though. It's like a museum.
Yeah. I wanted to save the one we're most curious about for last. So George, let's see your apartment.
Well, let me preface this by telling you a little story.
Oh boy.
January of 2009, I wake up in the middle of the night and my legs are killing me, and I turn on the lights and I had bed bugs.
Ooh.
And I ran downstairs to the downstairs neighbor who was the landlord, and I knocked on the door and I said, "I'm sorry, I've got bed bugs." And he said, "Oh yeah, we've had them for weeks. We just hoped they wouldn't come upstairs." Anyhow, they're terrible. I threw out everything I owned, pretty much, books, most of my clothes, all of my furniture.
This is in your current place?
No. This is 5 apartments ago. But the point is this. I have been living ever since with the expectation that the following day I was going to have to throw out everything I owned. So I just don't even accumulate things anymore. So that's the only thing that can explain what you're about to see.
All right. Okay.
Right.
All right.
What if he just got up and started showing us the cave behind him right now? It's like underneath this rock is where I keep my.
Here's where I get my sunlight.
Here's where I make my fires.
Put some paintings on this wall. You'll notice. Crude, but.
Okay.
Well, hello, and welcome to my office. This is where the magic happens. Let me show you around. Over here I have my coronavirus nerve center. I keep 3 screens going to make sure I have the perfect amount of panic maintained at all times. Over here, this may look just like another printer stand, but in episode 62, it served as the podium for the presenter of VCR Smarty. Just one of the little bits of fan service liberally sprinkled throughout the apartment. Here's my standing desk. You've got whiteboard after whiteboard after whiteboard. Over here is the periodic table. Now that's a nice thing. You've got the video equipment. And here is the centerpiece of the room. 2 classroom motivational posters from the 1970s. I find them alternately ominous and disturbing, depending on my mood. Let's see what we have over here. Well, hello, and welcome to my bedroom, or as I call it, the dormancy alcove. This is where the magic happens. And by magic, I mean sleep. Let's take a look around. Oh, we've got a bed. We've got a nightstand to, let's see if there's anything outrageous in here.
Come on.
Nothing. Nothing. Sorry, Joe.
You know, he cleaned it out just before filming.
But right here is a really nice thing. My couch cover is the VHS box cover to the 1982 film Creepshow.
Cool.
One of my favorite movies growing up. And here's a pillow designed to look like a stack of the fictional Creepshow comic books. We've got a table, and it's got some nice things, some vintage props from a video I made a few years ago from the 50s and the 70s. And we've got some books down here. Of course, Philip K. Dick. Never tell anybody that I don't love Dick. We've got some comic book compilations. These were sent by Melinda Will Pfeiffer. Great writer, great guy. You've got your air purifier, of course.
This is a complete accounting.
Let's see what's hiding in this closet.
I'm transfixed.
An air conditioner. I'm sorry, Joe. No human heads.
No human heads.
Well, hello, and welcome to my kitchen. This is where the magic happens. Let me show you around. Oh, it's like most kitchens, except it's missing a lot of things. For example, pots, pans, food, plates. Drawers are empty.
Why do you have paper towels?
Although, I do have Melba toast and Special K, so I'm not gonna starve. This is also where I keep my guitar and my ukulele. You weren't allowed to be a mid-aughts douchebag masquerading as a sensitive guy if you didn't have a ukulele. Well, hello, and welcome to my bathroom. This is where the magic happens. Well, hello, and welcome to my closet. This is where the magic happens. Oh, it's like any other closet. Pair of angel wings. Mr. Pender's hat. Rem Lazar's wig. But the real magic happens when I pull this lever to the creep cave. Creep cave! Well, hello, and welcome to my cave. This is where the magic happens. Using these computers, I investigate the greatest mysteries in the history of videotape. Creep computer, tell me the whereabouts of Jim W. Hawkins.
Creep computer activated. Searching. Searching.
I wonder what's with the bright and cheery clothes today.
I can't hear you.
Searching. Searching. No new information is available on cheerleading enthusiast Jim W. Hawkins.
He's escaped detection this day, but the creep creeps on. Creep cave!
Oh.
Whoa.
Bravo. Oh.
Wow.
Beautiful.
I knew there was more to it. I knew there was more to it.
I mean, besides the creep cave, your apartment's the exact opposite of Nick's. Like,
yeah.
There's like you have like three things in
I
it.
have three.
And one of those things is Rem Lazar's wig.
Yeah.
I think I saw a couple of bed bugs on your periodic table chart. You may just want to go back and check after this.
I need to go live in my car.
That Creepshow pillow, I think, was full. It was stuffed with bed bugs, actually.
Well, they are all dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
I murdered each of them.
Oh, man, that was great.
That was one thing I noticed was on your bed, the blanket doesn't seem to be big enough for the bed.
No, I love
how do you manage that?
Poorly. I have a bed frame that like a college freshman would have, like one of those wooden IKEA beds. It's a full, but it's again everything is ready for the dumpster.
Now, including
me,
when you had bed bugs, did you have a shitload of stuff? Like, was there stuff all over your walls? Like, did you, or have you?
There were things all over the walls. There were posters and things, but now I just feel like I want to make sure I can see. And you've never seen Creepshow, but one of the segments is about a guy who is obsessed with roaches, and he keeps his apartment.
I've seen Creepshow, yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was Nick who hasn't seen it, but the last segment.
Seen it.
But that's sort of what I'm going for is E.G. Marshall as an octogenarian who's about to get have a run-in with millions of cockroaches.
Yeah.
But for me, it's bed bugs, so it's much better.
Yeah. Cool. Any questions,
I did not disappoint.
Oh, you know, one thing I was kind of hoping is that first room that was your office, I was hoping that was just your room. And that was it. And it was like, this is my place.
My previous apartment was pretty small, and one day while I was working at my little table, I realized I could see my bed, my toilet, and my refrigerator all in like the same view. And I realized my situation was no different than the hamsters. So I could like just put down wood chips and just end the charade, you know? Yeah. So I decided the next place had to have its own office.
Yeah. Like, Nick, you're never going to be able to leave your place. Like, you're going to die and haunt that place, right? Like, with all that shit, like, I can't imagine boxing that up.
No, I mean, I think I would just, even if I move it, I would just have to continue paying rent there and have it be a repository. I can't imagine. It would be difficult, and I'm never getting my security deposit back.
No, not a chance.
Well, here's a call to action I would like to put out. I would like to see into some of the viewers of the show, and I would like them to make their own welcome to my home videos and post them to our Facebook and give us a little tour of your homes.
Yeah, make it a couple minutes long. Show us your nice things. Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
Yep, show us your neighbor's donkey, and yeah. Anything else? We got some good stuff coming up next week, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. I got nothing else. You got anything else? All right, that's all. That's it. Nice work, fellas.
We'll be right back.
We all did good. If we tried harder, we could have done better. That's all. That's it.
Yuck's out of my nose.